Hello everyone and welcome back to in today's video. We're going to be doing a how to build on the brand new festival. Gowther, here he is. He's a wannabe support character. He feels really squishy. But yeah, let's get into it. So let's look at his substats make him look like he wants to be a DPS. 133 crit chance. I've got no weapons for him. 133% crit chance is insane. Nearly 250 crit dam with HTB defense gear. That's once again insane. That's like wannabe DPS levels. That's like you've got a cleave skill levels. Pierce rate very high, resistance very high, crit defense insanely high, crit resistance is like standard for nowadays. Lifesteal is quite good, recovery rate doesn't really matter. And he's not True Awakened, so of course he doesn't have the damage resistance. First skill is Pierce as well as Deplete Old Gauge. Pierce Deplete Old Gauge times and then 2 Old Gauge, and then Pierce removes 3 Old Gauge. Of course, this skill, the Remove Old Gauge skill, being 1, 2, and 3 and removing 1, 2, and 3, is really rare. That was first introduced with Terry back in 2021, and it's a skill that we rarely see on characters nowadays. So seeing it come back, it's quite nice. And then he has a new upgrade skill, which is he removes the debuffs of a single ally at level 1 and ranks them up. At level 2, it ranks up your whole hand and removes debuffs, and at level 3, it removes debuffs, increases basic stats, and then it ranks up. So it's basically just a normal red Gowther, green Gowther rank up, apart from it cleanses, and it's still the same. It has the exact same effect, no problem at all. The animation's also a little longer as well, but that's it. His ultimate is quite pay to win heavy. Once again, you need him 2-6 to actually have a half decent ultimate. At 1-6, it's missing an effect. At 2-6, you do get the effect. It's all like Demon King melee. Applies peaceful protection on all allies for 3 turns, and then inflicts pulverized damage equal to 400%. Really standard ultimate. This is a basic stat boost that applies to your allies, and then you've got a basically pulverize, just a damage increase skill that green Festival Gowther has on a single target. And then we'll look at level 2. At level 2 you get the block skill effect, which is kind of what you want, and that's for 2 turns. Basically just blocks the effects of skills, ultimates, and normal skills, as long as they're not stances. And then once again, the ultimate multiplier increases up to 25%, up to 40% and 30%. So the difference between 1-6 and 6-6 is a lot. You don't have an effect at 1-6, you have an effect at 6-6, or sorry, 2-6 plus, and then the basic stat boost and the damage boost is insane. So at 1-6, you're barely going to be killing anyone. You may not even kill anyone, but at 6-6, you may full wipe a team, because Pulverize is based on, I'm pretty sure, is it your old gauge, or the enemy's old gauge? Additional, based off your old gauge. So you'll basically get 50%, no, that'd actually be insane at 6-6. You get 200% additional damage, which is quite insane. Bear in mind the multiplier is an AoE ult, and I'm pretty sure the multiplier is actually quite high. Yeah, 650% is quite high. Onto his passive, which just seems like a bunch of random character passives put together. Increase basic stats of allies with the 7 deadly sins characteristic. Just sins, by the way, no unknowns, just sins, by 5% for each one participating in battle. Applies rank enhancement on the hero for 2 turns, each time the hero uses a buff skill. Increase allies' HP by 2% up to 20% for each debuff removed. So, this increased HP is not linked to a race, doesn't matter what team you're using, you'll still get this HP boost. But the basic stat boost is once again attached to sins. This rank enhancement, once again, not attached to sins, but just the basic stat boost is the only thing that is attached to sins. And then you have another thing. In addition, if 3 allies of different races each use a skill once or more during the ally's turn, it increases the hero's skill rank. And the heroes with additional race counts 2 races. And with this, there was an actual well, it was actually a bug. It actually got patched today, where if you played 4 different race characters, if you played 4 skills, each character had a different race, you'd actually get 2 rank ups. Yeah, they actually patched that today. So Gowther actually technically got nerfed today. So instead of being able to get a gold skill, like a gold rank up immediately turn 1, if you played 4 different races, 4 different character skills of different races, now you only get 1 rank up, which is like okay, but he's just been like quite heavily nerfed. And rank enhancement, which is basically a buff that is applied on Gowther. It's a grey buff, but it gives these effects to allies. Applies a bonus effects by rank when allies use a skill. So basically, if any of your allies, if Gowther has the buff and any of your allies use a skill, that's at level 1, you get 30% pierce rate. At level 2, it ignores 10% crit resistance and 30% pierce rate. 3 stars, it ignores 10% crit res, and once again 20% crit defense as well. which is quite nice. I kind of wish it kept the pierce rate as well. So you had the pierce rate, the ignore crit resistance, and crit defense. I think that'd be quite good at level 3. It would help melee out a lot. Because melee can sometimes struggle quite a bit with Arthur, because Arthur's quite tanky. Once again, Arthur's type of advantage. He's got a lot of HP, he's got a lot of crit defense, he's got a lot of damage reduction. If he's on the right team, he's going to have a lot of stats. He's going to be hard to kill, even for melee standard. But I've given him HP defense. He's a support. He looks like he's meant to be a DPS, but unfortunately, he doesn't have the ability to put out the damage. He doesn't have the high CC in the game. Arthur still has the high CC in the game. Overall, he just seems like he's going to be one of those support characters. Is he like completely busted, broken support character? No, because every time I've used him, unless you go first with this Gowther, he is really squishy. Especially if they're using a melee. Or, yeah, just to injure, yeah, because if they're using a melee. Because most teams, right, you're either versing demons or sins. Or humans, right? And the Gowther only really stands a chance against humans, but guess who doesn't stand a chance against humans? Melee, who is your only DPS. If you were to put Gowther on a team by himself, your entire team gets wiped and Gowther's the only one remaining, you're not going to kill. Arthur has the advantage, so if Arthur goes first, he gets the buff second turn, he kills your melee, and let's say only Gowther's left, Gowther's going to do nothing. To a point where I leave Gowther last, because I know Gowther's just going to sit there and do nothing. He's useless by himself. Outfits wise, if it will load and my internet just stopped being doo-doo. Final boss outfit, cut in. Once again, I'm pretty sure that is the exact same as the other Festal one, they just removed the mech in the background. But the outfit itself looks really ugly. Really ugly, really basic. This is the one where if you spend 900 diamonds, I'm not spending 900 diamonds, it's not worth it. Bear in mind, if you wait till when Gowther leaves, you can buy this outfit for 20 diamonds. Instead of having to spend an extra 100 diamonds. This outfit's not too bad. Hell no, I don't like that outfit. And I don't mind this one. Weapons wise, he will get a whole boss outfit, so yeah, that'll be nice. Headgears once again, another taxidermy animal with glasses on this time, which is cool. They're definitely not just copy and pasting the same asset and using it as a headpiece for every festival. It probably is definitely not going to continue as a trend until every single sin has a taxidermy animal stuck to their head. But apart from that, he's like a very mediocre festival. Will I True Awaken him? Maybe, if he's used for some sort of content, but the problem is that, okay, he's probably not going to be used for Knighthood Boss. He's probably not going to, he can't be used for Demonic Beast, because every Demonic Beast has a 100% guarantee passive that if you use a rank up, they get like 100% basic stats. Yeah, technically you could use him, but why would you put yourself through that pain of every single time you use it, they get that stat boost? Because normally that passive is unlimited, meaning that the more times you use a rank up, the more basic stats it gets, and that's something you just don't want. It's a lot of wasted time. I don't see him good for farming because he doesn't have AoE skills. Upgrades are nice. I only really see him being used in PvP, maybe Chaos Mode. Chaos Mode is coming back next week on Global. So, maybe he'll have a use in the future, maybe some sort of content. Maybe he could be used for good for Demon King. He does have old gauge removal, he's got Pierce. Like, he's got a Pierce skill, you would think it'd be good for Nidhogg, but no. If only his rank up was like a passive and not a skill, sort of like Green Shins, he may have actually been very, very, very good. But because he doesn't have that, and he does have a passive rank up, but it's only for himself, that's the problem. If it was for his whole team, and he didn't actually have a rank up skill, and he had like a different skill instead, it would actually be very good in my opinion, and he would be a very good festival. But this just seems like they tried making like an LR version of the Gowthers, of all the Gowthers we currently have, stuck them together, and this is what we ended up with. Which is kind of stupid. He hasn't got the high CC in the game, he's not like the best character in the game, he's not like a DPS, he's not like a DPS support. Arthur provides basic stats and he's a DPS. Melee lowers the enemy's defense as well as being a DPS. All of these characters, the last two URs we've had, have done both things. They've been a DPS and they've been a support. Gowther's just a support. He doesn't have the DPS factor that he would really need. Yeah, he supports a rank up, which you could say is more valuable, but it's only valuable if you got teammates. If Arthur goes first and wipes your team, or Melee goes first, or Gowther goes first and like wipes Half your team, Gowther can't do anything by himself. He's really bad. He's not very tanky at all. Yeah, he has really good defense-related stats, but because he's not Dark or Light, he doesn't have the damage reduction. And he can have type advantage on. Melee has type advantage on him. Melee is the most common character used in PvP to this day. He's going to take a lot of damage. He's not going to do any damage to Melee. Melee's tanky as it is. And that's the problem I see with Gowther. He's got a lot of problems, he's got a lot of positives to him. You know, HTB defense is the way to go. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you next one. Goodbye.